Why, in a world abundant with food, does the gnawing issue of hunger persist in the 21st century? It's a paradox that confounds us, an irony as bitter as it is heart-wrenching. We live in an era of plenty, technologically advanced, with enough food to feed every mouth, yet hunger remains a stark reality for millions. The latest research paints an alarming picture. As we speak, nearly 1 in 9 people on our planet go to bed on an empty stomach. Among them are vulnerable children, for whom the impact of hunger goes beyond the physical. It stunts their growth, impairs their learning, and hampers their potential. These are not mere statistics, but real lives caught in the grip of an unforgiving cycle. Hunger is not merely a lack of food, it's an intricate web spun with threads of poverty, climate change, and conflict. It's a complex issue, one that requires our collective will and action to untangle. Hunger is not merely a lack of food, but a complex issue intertwined with poverty, climate change, and conflict. Meet Jane Doe, a woman not just observing the problem, but actively working towards a solution. Born and raised in a small, underprivileged community, Jane witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of hunger. She saw how it sapped the energy and potential from the young and old alike. Those experiences ignited a passion within Jane, a relentless fire that drove her to challenge the status quo and strive for change. Jane's background in agricultural science offered her a unique perspective on the issue. She knew that the key to ending hunger didn't solely lie in charity, but required a sustainable, scientifically grounded solution. She believed in the power of innovation and knowledge to transform lives and communities. Motivated by her profound experiences and driven by her scientific knowledge, Jane took a leap of faith. She quit her comfortable corporate job and dedicated herself to the cause. She started a nonprofit organization that focuses on educating communities about sustainable farming practices. Her goal? To empower them to become self-reliant and food secure. Jane's approach is unique. She doesn't just provide food, she equips people with the skills and knowledge to grow their own. She believes that the solution to hunger is not just about filling empty stomachs today, but ensuring they stay filled tomorrow. Her work involves training local farmers, setting up community gardens, and promoting the use of indigenous crops that are resilient to climate change. Despite the many challenges, Jane remains undeterred. Each hurdle she encounters only strengthens her resolve. She's seen the transformation in the communities she's worked with, the smiles on faces that were once marked by hunger, and the hope in eyes that were once filled with despair. Jane's work is a testament to how individual skill and determination can make a significant difference. She's a hunger heroine, not because she's solving the problem single-handedly, but because she's inspiring others to join the fight. Jane Doe is proof that every one of us has the potential to change the world, one meal at a time. Climate change, an invisible villain, exacerbates the hunger problem. This silent adversary is not just melting ice caps and raising sea levels, it's making our world hungrier. Changes in weather patterns, increased frequency of extreme weather events, and rising temperatures are all impacting our ability to produce food. The crops we've relied on for centuries are struggling to survive in these changing conditions, reducing yields and making food production less predictable. Regions heavily dependent on agriculture are particularly vulnerable. Droughts dry up the water needed for irrigation, floods wash away topsoil, and unpredictable seasons make planning a nightmare for farmers. These issues not only threaten the livelihoods of those who work the land, but also the food security of those who depend on it. As our climate continues to shift, the challenge of feeding a growing population intensifies. We must recognize that the battle against hunger is also a battle against climate change. The future of hunger is inevitably tied to our actions towards our planet. In the heart of conflict, a beacon of hope shines: the food bank. Amid the echoes of strife and struggle, there exists a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. A food bank operating in a conflict zone is not just a provider of sustenance, but a symbol of hope, strength, and unity. Imagine the challenges that such an operation faces. The logistical hurdles are immense. There are issues of transportation and distribution, keeping the food safe and fresh, and ensuring the food reaches those who need it most. Then, there are the dangers of operating in a conflict zone, where the very act of providing aid can become a target. Yet, despite these adversities, the food bank thrives, driven by individuals who are committed to making a difference. They are the silent soldiers who brave the chaos of war and conflict to ensure that no one goes hungry. They are the volunteers who dedicate their time and energy, the donors who provide the resources, and the logistics teams who make it all possible. Each day, they touch countless lives, offering not just meals, but also a glimmer of hope. For those living in the shadow of conflict, the food bank is more than just a source of nourishment. It is a reminder that they are not forgotten, that there are those who care, and that, even in the direst of circumstances, humanity can prevail. These food banks are not just about providing food, they are about restoring dignity, fostering community, and nurturing resilience. They are a testament to the power of collective action and to the indomitable spirit that drives us to look out for one another, even in the face of great adversity. So let's shine a light on these beacons of hope. Let's recognize the efforts of these unsung heroes. Let's remember that, even in the darkest corners of our world, there are sparks of humanity that refuse to be extinguished. In the face of adversity, humanity prevails, illuminating the darkest corners of our world. Across the globe, organizations are rising to the call to end hunger. From the United Nations World Food Programme, tirelessly distributing food in the most challenging conditions, to Action Against Hunger, targeting malnutrition's underlying causes, the fight is on. The World Bank, with its emphasis on agricultural development, is helping farmers to grow more food and earn more from their labor. In a different approach, the International Fund for Agricultural Development is focusing on rural poverty and hunger, empowering rural communities to achieve self-sustainability. The Food and Agriculture Organization is striving to improve agricultural productivity, while the European Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Operations is providing immediate food aid to those in crisis. And let's not forget the numerous smaller nonprofit organizations and charities working locally yet contributing globally. Their strategies may differ, but their goal is the same: to eradicate hunger. Together, their efforts are making strides towards a hunger-free world. Corporations hold immense power, but what if that power is harnessed to end hunger? Imagine a world where businesses wield their influence and resources to combat the global hunger crisis. Let's delve into a case study that illustrates this idea in action. Picture a successful global business. Let's call it Food for All. This organization has taken on the challenge of hunger, making it their mission to use their resources for good. They've developed a strategy that intertwines their business operations with efforts to alleviate hunger. Food for All has a simple yet effective approach. For every product they sell, they donate a meal to someone in need. This approach has dual benefits. It not only drives their business growth, but also enables them to contribute to the fight against hunger in a substantial way. But they didn't stop there. Recognizing the need for sustainable solutions, Food for All also invests in agricultural education programs in regions most affected by hunger. They strongly believe that empowering communities with knowledge and skills to grow their own food is a long-term solution to this pressing issue. The results of their actions are inspiring. In just a few short years, Food for All has donated millions of meals and has helped thousands of individuals gain essential farming skills. The impact of their work is felt in communities around the globe. However, Food for All's story is just one example among many. Numerous businesses worldwide are stepping up, utilizing their resources and influence to make a difference. They're proving that businesses can indeed be a powerful force for good. The fight against hunger is not an isolated issue. It's a complex problem that requires the collective effort of individuals, communities, governments, and yes, corporations too. Food for All's story serves as a reminder that when businesses choose to use their power for good, they can make a significant impact. The fight against hunger is not a solo battle, but a collective effort where every contribution counts. Let's remember that as we continue to explore the challenges and opportunities of ending hunger in the 21st century. As our population grows, so does the challenge to feed everyone. But with challenge comes opportunity. The future of feeding is not a bleak landscape of scarcity, but rather a dynamic terrain filled with innovation and potential solutions. As we continue to push the boundaries of technology, we're discovering new ways to grow more food, reduce waste, and ensure that everyone has access to the nutrition they need. Think vertical farming in urban centers, lab-grown meat, and even edible insects. But technology alone isn't the answer. We also need to address the systemic issues that contribute to hunger, from income inequality to climate change. It's about changing our food system to be more equitable, sustainable, and resilient. It's about not just producing more, but distributing better. The key to ending hunger lies not just in producing more food, but in creating a more equitable, sustainable, and resilient food system.